Today, we are going to discuss the best players to claim or buy from the Ragnarok After Daybreak event in week 4. You'll find out which players are worth your shards or coins, who you should keep if you're lucky enough to pack them, and which ones to avoid at all costs. Let's straight away get into the video. The first player that we are going to discuss is Ibrahimovic at 1500 shards. The notable thing about this card is his shooting. The rest of the things are quite average considering the current gameplay. These cards do have the extra skill boost, but someone like Ginola is still way better without the boost. 4.5-star stamina is good along with a 5-star skill moves, due to which you can perform Elastico, with Roulette being his assigned skill move. But no useful trait unless you're a cross spammer, in which case Bicycle Kick can be enabled in some chances. Having a high attack and a medium defense work rate and a 6 feet 5 inch height with a 4-star weak foot. He would be in the keep tier list. If you pack him, you can keep him depending upon your squad, but would not advise you to claim him unless you like the player IRL and want it for the flair. If you have Ginola, I don't think he's even a keep unless you're using a 2-striker formation and don't have a good striker pair. Moving to the next player, Harlan at 1250 shards. Decent shooting and physicality, but he feels very sluggish in game with low stamina and a 4-star skill move. He does have a power header trait which comes in handy at corners, with a high attack and a medium defense work rate, 6 feet 5 inch height and a 4-star weak foot. His cards used to be really good in FIFA times, but that is not the case in FC. He would be in the avoid tier list unless purely for OVR reasons. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're interested in more FC Mobile related content.
Yeah, boy.
Moving to the next player, Ferdinand at 1500 shards. He's expensive for a centre back, but he's really good in defense along with great physicality and the 6'2" height, along with great traits like the power header, dives into tackle, and the leadership trait. Yes, he is a medium, but does not seem to be an issue having the boosted skill points. He has a 4-star stamina with very good marking, tackling, and awareness. He would be in the buy tier list, but would highly depend upon who we get in the coming weeks. I would prefer Blonde over him if you have a choice between both events. Moving to the next player, Musiala at 1000 shards. Decent stats, but quite mid in game, having a 4-star stamina and a 4-star weak foot with a 5-star skill move and a 6 feet height. He does have an alternate CM position and can be played there. Good traits like the playmaker, long shot taker, and the flair, with lane change being his assigned skill move, having a high attack and a medium defense work rate. Avoid going for him unless for OVR, but if you pack him, you can consider to keep him depending upon your squad. Moving to the next player, Bellingham at 1500 shards. Really expensive compared to his in-game performance, which is quite average. Despite the hype each time around this card, I don't see his performance in game. He does have a 5-star stamina which lasts him throughout the game and can be played at cam position. Having a flair and dives into tackle trait with a high attack and a high defense work rate with a 6 feet height. If you pack him, you can definitely keep him, but to claim, you should wait for better sentiment options in the coming weeks in my opinion, unless the card suits your playstyle. In that case, you can definitely go for him. Moving to the next player, Owen at 650 shards. Good pace, but not completely reflective in game, along with shooting and dribbling. Stamina is on the lower side in game, but his skill moves like the assigned heel to heel and step over and exit are excellent, having amazing and a rare speed dribbler trait, finesse shot, and tries to beat offside trap, with a medium attack and a medium defense work rate, which does cause an issue in his positioning in game, with a 5 feet 8 inch height and a 4-star weak foot and a 4-star skill move. With all the hype around him, he will be in the keep tier list. That too would highly depend on how your squad is and at what stage of the game you are at. He is a good low budget card, but strikers like Ginola etc. are still way better comparatively, and you'd rather want to get them as it's a very important position in game. Moving to the next player, Saka at 800 shards. Good pace and shooting with very smooth dribbling along with good positioning. He does have the skill boost in dexterity, which makes him really quick in game, with a 4.5 star stamina and a 4-star skill move, a 5'10 height and a 4-star weak foot. Having good traits like the finesse shot, flare and roulette being his assigned skill move, a high attack and a medium defense work rate. The most notable thing is his ball control and dribbling. He's a very smooth and an agile card to use as well. He would be in the buy tier list. But wait to see if there are better players in the coming weeks or events, because he is a 110 OVR and wouldn't suit squads which are aiming for higher OVRs. Moving to the next player, Eleni at 800 shards. Very impressive as a defensive center mid, but does lack the 4-star skill move. He can be played on his alternate CDM position. In head-to-head, he does very well in winning the ball back and is quite dominant on aerial balls as well, having a power header trait with a high attack and a high defense work rate, with good awareness and tackling along with a 6 feet 4 inch height. He would be in the keep tier list, higher up the order and before Bellingham in my opinion. Moving to the next player, Poison at 800 shards. Good in defense and physicality, with strong headers and a 6 feet 5 inch height, with good marking and tackling, having a high defensive work rate and a medium attacking work rate. He would be in the keep tier list, higher up the order. He's a really good mid-budget centre-back option, but if you have the extra shards, you should look at claiming Ferdinand instead, who would be a much better option in the longer run. Moving to the next player, from here on, I'm going to quickly run through the players. Casado at 300 shards. He isn't as attractive in winning the ball back and is also low on stamina and a 3-star skill move. His work rate is also not ideal, having a medium attack and a medium defense work rate. He would be in the avoid tier list. Moving to the next player, Voltemada at 300 shards. 3-star weak foot, 3-star skill move. As a striker, he should definitely be avoided and would be lower down in the tier list. Moving to the next player, Nosa at 300 shards. Good card to use with pace and dribbling. Would not recommend to play him on the alternate left wing position with a lack of dexterity. Only if you need an LM, only then you can consider him as per your squad, as there are very less options. But considering his performance and lack of players at the LM position, he would make the keep tier list. Rather than him, you can try using a left winger instead. Moving to the next player, Udogi at 450 shards. His pace is quite noteworthy and is quite playable in game, but he's not the best in terms of defense and is quite aggressive in game. He would be in the avoid tier list, but higher up the order. Moving to the next player, Echeverry at 200 shards. Again a 3-star weak foot and 3-star skill move along with a 108 OVR. He too would be in the avoid tier list, lower down the order. Moving to the next player, Kolerakis at 200 shards. He too would be in the avoid tier list, with much better options available. Moving to the next player, Bergwell at 200 shards. He too would be in the avoid tier list, lower down the order. Moving to the next and the last player of this week, Delap at 200 shards. He's quite playable in game, but striker being an important position and with such good options, he would be in the avoid tier list, but higher up the order. As per your squad, you all can look at getting these players, preferring the buy claim category and then moving lower down the order. Would highly suggest you all to wait for the further weeks of the event, as there could be better options and you all could pack the same or similar positional players. You can watch the other parts of the video here. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to drop a like. Subscribe if you're interested in FC Mobile content.